Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Jonathan. Today I'm bringing you a video about finances and budgeting and all things money related in the military. Now, if you saw my video a while ago, I think it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago or something like that, some math came up and I was like, oh, I hate math, I'm not gonna do the math for you. Well, it's the same thing for this video because I hate math and I don't want to kind of break down everything for you. So I'm gonna be touching on it very roughly, just from the sense of the way that we do it. Now, by all means, do not think that we are financial gurus and we have tons of money saved up, thousands of dollars, and we can go buy BMWs and Corvettes tomorrow if we wanted to. We aren't like that. We are definitely not perfect, if you will. Obviously we're not, nobody's perfect, but I have somebody who asked about the way that I do finances and the way that I budget, or the way that we budget, because honestly, we kind of do it together. She does it more than I do just because, I don't know. She loves math, she loves all that kind of stuff, and I hate that kind of stuff. But I have a very firm understanding of the way that we do it and the way that you can do it. There are different things that work for everybody with budgeting, whether it's doing it in cash and doing it this way and that way. So I'm going to go over how we do it and just kind of probably the best way to save money and avoid being super broke when you are in the military. So probably the #1 way to be financially responsible in the military and just kind of in life in general is to budget. Now, I think this is common sense. It might not be common sense, but you just kind of have to put money away for things. And I think the best way to do this, we do not do it this way. We have been recommended to do it this way tons of times, but we have USAA, so we can't deal with cash because there aren't physical branches anywhere. But probably the best way to do it is with cash. I saw like a vlog or something like that before I joined. And it was kind of like a budget video about doing it in cash and having envelopes basically with, okay, this is rent, this is your car payment, this is car insurance, and this is that, whatever. And they would physically take cash that they deposited, right, from their paycheck and put it into each envelope. And once you added up everything and you had to pay your bills, you would redeposit the money and then pay the bills, and then you're not going to accidentally blow the money. You know that you physically have the cash for your rent and car insurance or whatever. This doesn't work for us. Like I said, we have USAA, so we can't do that because there aren't physical branches. We can use like authorized ATMs and stuff like that, but there aren't any around here that do deposit and withdraw. So that would just kind of be a pain in the butt. So the way that we do it is we just kind of calculate how much money we need. We need rent plus car insurance plus car payment plus this plus that plus whatever. And we add it all up, and then we divide it, not amongst ourselves, like we're married, right? So we don't have to be like, oh, well, I paid $5 last month and you only paid $4. So it's not like some crazy thing like that. It's just like, okay, I get paid more than you. I'm gonna put this much forward, and we kind of round up. And so we put that money aside. Like we'll be like, okay, we have to pay. This is just, I'm not good at math. I don't really care about that. I didn't go into my USAA account and calculate everything. But let's say we needed $2,500 at the end of the month. So we would split that in half and save that first half at the first payment of the month, and then the second one, the second half of the month, because we have payments throughout the month. It would be really nice to kind of get it all in one chunk and pay everything in one day, but unfortunately it is not like that. You're paid every 2 weeks, and we have a car payment on the 19th of the month, and we have rent on the 1st of the month, and this on the 22nd of the month, or something like that, right? So it kind of gets mixed up and stuff like that. Obviously, we can't do it in cash, so that is the way that we do it. We kind of break it amongst ourselves. We have a Google Docs, or I guess it's Google Sheets or whatever it is, spreadsheet basically of all of our payments and stuff like that, and how it breaks down how much we have left over, and then in there is also the amount of savings that we do as well. So definitely find a good budget that works for you. I know ours is a little bit rough. It's not like a crazy budget where it's like boom, 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 boom. But the way that we do it still is very, very organized, because my wife is kind of a psychopath with organization, which is actually a good thing, honestly. But that's the way that we do it. So obviously another huge thing is going to be saving money. After you pay your bills and set aside that money, or however you do it, whatever budget system kind of works best for you, you're gonna have a decent amount of money left over, and you're gonna kind of not cut it in half, but you're gonna have a significant amount of that go to your savings account or whatever the case may be. And obviously me and my wife kind of contribute to our savings account together, but we both have our own personal savings account. So whatever money is left over on both of our sides, that's her money, that's my money, or I have my money, she has her money. And then we cut that amongst ourselves to our personal savings, and then what we're gonna spend that month or those 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. Like, oh, I'm gonna use this to get gas, or I want Jimmy John's later, or some, whatever the case may be. So we always have money in our personal savings. We always have money in our together savings after we already have our bills set aside for and or paid for. So that is kind of how we do our financing. It works out very well being married and living off base because we get BAH, so most of our rent is paid for. We do pay a little bit out of pocket, but that's okay because my wife works full-time, I work full-time, so we have a decent amount of money to pay all the things that we pay for and have a very significant amount of money left over for savings. Like I said in the beginning of the video, like, we're not perfect, we're not freaking billionaires, zillionaires, or anything like that. We have definitely hit hiccups in our life together, and we had like a cool system before I joined the military, and then it got kind of confusing because she needed to find a job, and then we found a job, and then we had the issue with the Air Force financing, and then we had to kind of remake a system which included having rent allowance and food allowance. And so we finally kind of came up with this system. I know it's not super specific, like, oh, this is what we do, and I could just show you something that we do, but hopefully you kind of get some sort of knowledge out of this video that you can apply to your own life or kind of have in general. Like I said, this video is not specific to the military, so you can also apply this outside of the military if you aren't in yet, or whatever the case may be. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully whoever left that comment, this answered any questions you may have about how we do financing. And if this is common sense and this video doesn't really hit for a lot of people, I'm sorry about that. If you haven't already, leave your shift dates and any questions that you may have down below. And thank you so much for watching, and peace out.